So earlier we got introduced to the quadratic formula. Well, the quadratic formula, just to remind ourselves, is negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Well, there's a certain piece of the quadratic formula that has a specific name. It's called the discriminant. The discriminant is the part under the square root, which is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Well, I'm going to call the discriminant d. If d, or the discriminant, is equal to 0, that tells us that there is one real solution to our quadratic formula. If d is greater than 0, meaning it's a positive number under the square root, that means we'll have two real solutions. And if d, the discriminant, is less than 0, so a negative number under the square root, meaning we're taking a square root of a negative, we have two imaginary, because of that negative, solutions. And because of the plus or minus, it produces two of them. The reason this only has one is because if this goes to 0, this plus or minus 0 is the same answer because plus 0 or minus 0 doesn't change the number. So we're going to use this info to figure out if something has one or two solutions, and if they're real or imaginary. So first off, let's say we have the quadratic formula, or quadratic function, x squared minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0. So remember, b squared minus 4ac is our discriminant. So negative 2 squared minus 4ac is what we're trying to solve. Well, negative 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 1 times 5 is 20. So this produces a negative 16. Well, since this number is negative, less than 0, if we were to plug this quadratic function into the quadratic formula, we would get two imaginary solutions. Now, what we are plugging into this, we don't know. We'd have to actually plug it into the quadratic formula. But we know automatically off the bat, they're imaginary. So what this means is we have a case of either a function that does this, so it doesn't cross the x-axis, or a function that does this, so it doesn't cross the x-axis. Taking a look at another one, x squared minus x plus 5 equals 0. b squared, so negative 1 squared, minus 4 times a of 1 times the c of 5 means negative 1 squared is 1, minus 20 produces negative 19, so once again, two imaginary solutions. Okay, trying another one. 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 equals 0. 7 squared minus 4ac produces 49 minus 8 times 3 is 24. So 49 minus 24 gives us 25. Since it's a positive number, we get two real solutions because it's greater than 0. Try one more. So say, for example, we have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. So negative 4 squared b squared minus 4ac gives us 16 minus 16, which is 0. So this one would have one real solution. So we put things into our discriminant. Equal to 0, one real solution. Positive number or greater than 0, two real solutions. Less than 0 or a negative number, two imaginary solutions.